Both sides in the Sean Diddy Combs case have until today to give answers for how the music mogul has been communicating from jail.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-off parties.
We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way.
Diddy's legal troubles have taken a dramatic turn for the worse, and the latest twist is nothing short of jaw-dropping. In a surprising move, Diddy's own lawyer has abruptly withdrawn from the case in the midst of court proceedings. Yes, the very attorney who had been representing him for months has now walked away, reportedly losing confidence in both the case and Diddy himself.
Is that not a fair outcome?
What he did here is on a magnitude of unlike anybody else you could imagine.
But hold on, it gets even more explosive. On October 23rd, the internet nearly broke when a leaked prison call recording surfaced. In the clip, a voice purportedly belonging to Diddy is heard instructing one of his sons to get rid of all the pizza boxes. Unfortunately for Diddy, it seems his advice hasn't aged well. The floodgates have burst open, with evidence pouring in from all directions and more individuals coming forward to share their experiences with the music mogul. To make matters worse, the accuser's lawyer appears remarkably confident, boldly asserting that Diddy's chances of escaping a life behind bars are next to none.
All the confidence in the world in the federal court in the state of New York that they will remain keeping Diddy under no bond and that all of the victims in this case will be able to proceed.
So what's fueling these lawyers' confidence in Diddy's downfall? And why did his own attorney bail before the trial even began? Let's break down the chaos because the leaked evidence is piling up faster than anyone can process. Here's the deal, plain and simple. The prosecutor has laid it all out, detailing what led to Diddy's indictment and the incriminating evidence uncovered during the search of his home.
Agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They've seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and the large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-off, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-off with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles.
Even more shocking evidence is now emerging, suggesting that Diddy may be connected to some of the most unsettling deaths in the music industry. This could explain why his own lawyer recently decided to walk away from the case. With accusations piling higher by the day and mounting claims linking Diddy to events that have shaken the industry, even the sharpest legal minds might see no clean escape from this tangled web of allegations. The turning point came when a new witness, Courtney Burgess, stepped into the spotlight. Burgess, a former associate of Diddy's late ex-girlfriend Kim Porter, has dropped a bombshell that could shift the entire case. He alleges he received flash drives containing explosive materials, evidence that might be the game changer the prosecution has been waiting for. According to Burgess, these drives hold Kim Porter's completed book, a project she had promised to release if anything ever happened to her. This isn't just a collection of rough notes or unfinished drafts. Burgess claims the book is a fully written 54-page expose, and it opens with a chilling preface, a message from Kim herself, stating that if anything were to happen to her, this book was meant to be shared with the world.
Mr. Burgess is delivering that truth. Mr. Burgess actually told me that he believed that the purpose of that gag order letter that was written by Mark Agnifilo on November 3rd was because Diddy knew that it was Courtney who was bringing this information.
Over the past few months, chilling claims about the contents of Kim Porter's manuscript have resurfaced, painting a disturbing picture of what may have been happening behind closed doors. If these revelations had surfaced when Kim passed away in November 2018, the world might have learned shocking details about Diddy's alleged actions over the past 2 decades. Among the most jaw-dropping allegations in Kim's manuscript is her claim that Diddy once hit her with a chair so violently that she ended up in the hospital, fearing for her life. But that's just the beginning. While Kim was hospitalized, Diddy allegedly paid off the entire medical staff to ensure their silence about the incident. And if you think that's disturbing, there's more. Kim reportedly described another horrifying ordeal during a yacht trip, where Diddy allegedly broke her nose in a brutal attack. The injury was so severe that she had to be flown to the nearest hospital for treatment. Yet, according to the manuscript, the abuse didn't end there. Kim claimed Diddy exerted complete control over her life, wiring her home, tapping her phone, and even hiring people to spy on her every move.
Sometimes when Kim lived on 70th something street, and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear the shit in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim would be in the house. And it's always about where she was at or who she was dealing with.
The situation took an even darker turn when Diddy sought full custody of his and Kim's children. Feeling trapped, Kim allegedly threatened to reveal everything, including Diddy's most disturbing secrets, ones that reportedly involved deeply questionable and exploitative behavior. According to the manuscript, Diddy manipulated Kim into degrading situations and controlled her to the point of emotional collapse. These claims gained renewed credibility when Cassie filed her own lawsuit against Diddy, exposing years of alleged abuse during their 11-year relationship. Many now believe Kim may have been the first to endure this mistreatment. The most chilling allegation, however, is Kim's suggestion that Diddy may have been involved in the tragic deaths of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious Big. She hinted that Diddy orchestrated these events to maintain control over their legacies, painting an even more twisted picture of his influence in the industry. This explosive claim gained traction when retired LAPD Detective Greg Kading, renowned for his work on some of the most pivotal investigations in hip-hop history, stepped into the spotlight. Kading, who played a key role in probing the murders of Tupac and Biggie, offered an unfiltered look into the chaotic music scene of the 1990s during a jaw-dropping interview. He pulled back the curtain on the shady deals and covert betrayals that fueled the infamous East Coast-West Coast rivalry, suggesting that Diddy might have been at the center of it all. Kading's investigation into Tupac's murder took an even darker turn when he claimed Diddy may have ordered the hit on Tupac. A revelation that, if true, would reshape the narrative surrounding one of the most infamous tragedies in music history.
You're going to need people that said, I was there when a financial transaction took place and it was very clear what that money was for. I was there when the agreement was made. I spoke with Puff about it and he told me that he'd hired these guys.
Even Jaguar Wright has commented on all of this. She also asserted that Diddy had access to substances capable of inducing symptoms resembling pneumonia and heart attacks. In her view, this could link him to a number of unexplained fatalities within the music industry.
Was the threat, which is why they got rid of him first. Biggie was symptomatic of that because they needed Biggie to die to create the realness around the story of the East Coast West Coast battle.
To make things even more explosive, she claims to have the receipts, evidence that could completely disrupt the entire narrative. This isn't entirely out of the realm of possibility, especially when you consider that Kim was one of the first to witness the darker aspects of Diddy's control. Officially, her death in 2018 was attributed to pneumonia, but from the beginning, doubts lingered. The initial coroner's report suggested foul play, citing toxins in her system that could mimic pneumonia symptoms. Rumors quickly spread about blood on her pillow and a suspicious trail leading from her bedroom to the bathroom, painting a far more sinister scenario. What added to the eeriness was the timeline. Kim allegedly made a 911 call at 2:43 a.m., yet help didn't arrive until hours later, when Kimora Lee Simmons found her around 11 o'clock a.m. That delay raised significant concerns. Kim's family has been suspicious from the start. They've reportedly consulted with the FBI about pursuing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy, though investigators have cautioned them to remain silent to avoid jeopardizing the case. Another key element to consider is Kim Porter's ex, Al, who is said to have endured a horrific experience. After landing in a coma for 2 months, he has yet to publicly reveal the full story, but reports suggest he was working on a tell-all book exposing the same unsettling lifestyle we're just beginning to uncover.
And you know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, heavy deals, Dad. Andre Harrell, Dad. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on the couch.
As previously mentioned, Albish's situation eerily mirrors that of Andrew Harrell, another influential figure in the music industry. Andrew was reportedly in the process of writing a manuscript meant to expose the industry's most hidden secrets, including how powerful figures supposedly use substances and manipulation to dominate and silence others. He was also preparing to reveal how Diddy, with Clive Davis's backing, had orchestrated his replacement as a key industry player. Tragically, before he could disclose these revelations, Andrew was found dead.
Before we left Andre Harrell's house, Puff told me I didn't have to go. I knew that somebody was going to die that night.
Another death in the world of music today, the founder of Uptown Records passed. Andre Harrell died late Thursday at his home in California. Harrell gave rapper Sean Puff Daddy Combs his first big break.
And let's not overlook Jamie Foxx. His name has recently been added to this unsettling list of connections. Jamie shared a famously close friendship with Diddy, so close, in fact, that Diddy allegedly allowed him to record some of the disturbing activities associated with his inner circle.
Yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this, the whole thing. We need to document this, Playboy. He was like, yo, let him through. And I'm like, all right, I'm through.
However, last year, Jamie Foxx faced a mysterious health scare after allegedly revealing disturbing details about events linked to Diddy, which led to him falling into a coma. His story appears to follow the same troubling pattern as those who got too close to the truth. Last month, Shope No Joke dropped a bombshell during an interview with Comedy Hip, sharing his first-hand experience attending 2 of Jamie Foxx's shows in Atlanta. Shope revealed shocking details, including Jamie's direct statement during the tapings, where he openly accused Diddy of being responsible for what happened to him.
Jamie Foxx states in the special that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and he is the one that called the FBI.
But wait, there's more. In yet another jaw-dropping twist, celebrity security guard Big Homie CC took things even further, reinforcing the earlier revelations by Shope No Joke. Big Homie also claimed that Jamie directly accused Diddy of poisoning him. The security guard went on to reveal that Jamie had reported these chilling suspicions to the FBI.
Some of the things that you heard behind the scenes that were going on before this indictment actually dropped.
Well, I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
We're talking about when, what was it, a year or two ago or so, when Jamie Foxx got real sick and everybody said he had a stroke.
Yes.
We're talking about that, or talking about something different?
At this point, it's becoming increasingly difficult to dismiss the possibility that Diddy may be linked to some of the industry's most suspicious deaths. According to the feds, they might even be preparing to incorporate these allegations into their expanding investigation. Looking back, a disturbing pattern emerges. Many celebrities associated with Diddy have met untimely and tragic ends through drowning, poisoning, or unexplained illnesses like pneumonia. Take Aaron Carter, for example, a name now being whispered in this dark narrative, known for his turbulent life and struggles with substances. Aaron had connections to Diddy early in his career, and some speculate that he could have been one of Diddy's earliest victims. Chillingly, just before his death, Aaron made cryptic statements suggesting that someone was after him, leading many to wonder if those ominous warnings pointed directly to Diddy.
Anything. Silence breaker for my brother who is and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to... No. And I'm begging you, and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can, so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage, saying I wanted to...
Interestingly, the list of celebrities who have mysteriously died from drowning, often linked to overdoses, is longer than many realize. Whitney Houston and her daughter Bobby Christina are among the most high-profile cases. Then there's Matthew Perry, who tragically passed away in his hot tub, and Stephen Twitch Boss, whose death in a hotel also raised suspicions. Another case worth revisiting is that of Biggie Smalls, also known as the Notorious Big nearly 3 decades after his tragic death. Many still question whether Diddy had any involvement in Biggie's passing. Speculation has even suggested that Diddy might have played a role in the aftermath, including efforts to conceal crucial evidence. Biggie, born Christopher Wallace, was taken from the world in March 1997 in Los Angeles, just months after the death of Tupac Shakur in 1996. Both rappers remain icons in the hearts of fans, and their untimely deaths continue to resonate deeply. Fast forward to investigations into their deaths, and things take a curious turn in 2009. Former LAPD detective Greg Kading, who was looking into Biggie's murder, interviewed Keffe D, the same man who was allegedly with the shooter the night Tupac was killed. And Keffe D is also the person who claimed that Diddy was behind the hit on Tupac.
Diddy is part of it. Diddy paid $1 million. I think it just makes for a good story.
New court discoveries in the Tupac Shakur murder case. New court documents show that Dwayne Keffe D Davis accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million for the of the rap icon Tupac.
As Greg Kading continued to dig into Biggie's case, he made a startling discovery. Keffe D was reportedly at a party Biggie had attended just hours before he was shot, raising suspicions that Keffe D might know more about the crime than he had let on. The plot thickened further when Vita Wallace, Biggie's mother, filed a $500 million lawsuit against the LAPD, accusing them of concealing the truth about her son's death. This legal move led to the reopening of the investigation in 2006, with Kading brought back onto the case. That's when things started to get even more intriguing. Kading uncovered a wealth of new evidence that could finally shed light on the dark truth behind Biggie's murder. Since Kading had retired from the LAPD, he was only able to share what he knew with the feds. He revealed startling information about Diddy, including allegations that the mogul had been profiting off Biggie, and even suggested that Biggie had been planning to leave Bad Boy Records. Just weeks before his tragic death, Diddy's former bodyguard, John Deal, revealed the same shocking details. Deal had gotten a rare look at Biggie's contract when he was tasked with holding Diddy's briefcase during a flight. What he saw was eye-opening. Biggie was making $250,000 per installment, while Diddy kept control of the publishing rights. In a bombshell interview on DJ Vlad's vlog, Shane Deal went even further, claiming that Biggie was on the verge of signing a massive deal worth over $60 million just before his death.
Yo, Big, somebody gonna try to come kill us tonight. And Lil C's, who I hadn't seen all week, Lil C says, Gene, go ahead on with that topic. I said, I know one thing, you better get you a GED. You know what that is? A good enough degree, so they don't cheat you out your money like they doing your man right here. And I was talking to about Big, because I had read his whole contract on the plane, because Puff had gave me the briefcase. When he gave me the briefcase, you know, like, he just do some bullshit, hand me the briefcase, and went to first class, and I went in the emergency exit, and I just opened it up, start reading the shit.
Vita Wallace, Biggie's mother, strongly supports these claims in her book, Biggie. She recalls how her son signed with Bad Boy Records for just $225,000 at the age of 19. The list of names tied to Diddy doesn't stop there, either. Another name that keeps resurfacing is Craig Mack, who tragically passed away on March 12, 2018, at the age of 47. Official reports cite congestive heart failure as the cause of death, but doesn't that seem eerily familiar? Many who were close to Diddy seem to have died from similar causes: pneumonia, drowning, or heart attacks. The rift between Craig and Diddy began over money, especially regarding album payments. Sources say Craig felt shortchanged, claiming he never received payment for his contributions from either Diddy or Biggie. Craig even shared how strained their relationship had become, revealing that he had agreed to work on Diddy's projects with the understanding that he'd receive a third of the profits. But those payments never materialized. Frustrated, Craig eventually stopped collaborating with Diddy, but the feud didn't end there. Craig spoke about being stalked and threatened by Diddy's associates, who issued chilling warnings. He accused Diddy of using mafia-style tactics, applying pressure to pay up, and the threats escalated to explicit death threats. Craig feared for his life, and tragically, he passed away not long after. This eerie pattern of deaths has led many to wonder, could Diddy be linked to these untimely passings? With the chilling claims about his alleged ability to silence or manipulate people, some believe it's more than coincidence. And just when you thought things couldn't get more intense, Mark Agnifilo, one of Diddy's top defense attorneys, was seen leaving a courtroom at a critical moment in his legal battle. Speculation is rife. Could Agnifilo be getting cold feet? Or is the mounting pressure from these explosive new allegations simply too much to handle? Mark Agnifilo is a seasoned criminal defense attorney with over 30 years of experience, known for his impressive track record in high-profile cases. He earned his bachelor's degree in philosophy and political science from Connecticut College in 1986, then graduated from Brooklyn Law School in 1990. Agnifilo's career includes work as a former supervisor at the U.S. Attorney's Office for New Jersey and as a Manhattan Assistant District Attorney. He has handled over 200 major cases, including securities fraud, political corruption, and international arms dealing. He's even worked in countries like Italy, Switzerland, and Romania, handling high-stakes criminal matters. So when it's reported that Agnifilo is stepping back from Diddy's case, it's a significant red flag. Given his background, he doesn't walk away from anything without a major reason. And according to some of these explosive claims, one key factor may be the mounting pressure from Courtney Burgess, who is reportedly preparing to unleash evidence that could turn everything upside down. Burgess is allegedly in possession of 11 flash drives filled with shocking content. These drives are said to contain recordings involving 8 different celebrities, 6 men and 2 women. But here's where things take a darker turn. Burgess claims that 2 of the individuals in the footage were minors at the time. Speculation is swirling that one of the minors mentioned in these claims could be none other than Justin Bieber.
No, you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Sorry, my number.
Yeah.